Hello everyone, Jacques here from Dapper Shaves, making a quick video. I've previously shaved with the Tamahagane Iwasaki, great shave, but I know this edge capable of a whole lot more, so I'm going to spend a bit of more time on that. I don't think I'm going to talk a lot, but knowing myself, I always say I'm not going to talk a lot and then it becomes a long story. That's the razor. This is a black Arkansas from Dan's. This is my base, what I use to polish my razor edges on. This is a Asano certified Mojito. This one's got some nice striping in. If I talk about nice striping, I've just wetted. I've come to learn that these striped ones cut a whole lot quicker, and they tend to be finer. Well, they cut quicker, but they're not finer than the white stones. But this Mojito produces a very good edge, and that's why I'm going to be using this. So I've rinsed my hands, I've rinsed the stones, and now it's time to build slurry on the black Arkansas. By the way, you can see the edge of the stone. So the Arkansas is obviously very hard, so it's not gonna cut quick. So you're gonna take some time to build any kind of slurry on this stone. I have got a Botan and a Tenju specifically, that's white stones, very fine, that slurry is easier. So just take your time. The other thing is people tend to, if they struggle to make slurry on a hard fine stone like this, is to then make use of a diamond plate. Don't do that. Well, so I'm not here to tell you what you can do and what you can't do, but that's not a good idea, because the Nagura is not breaking up the way it should, and you might also get loose particles from the diamond plate on your stone. Is it likely to happen? Maybe not. I'm just putting it out there. I've cleaned the stone and I'm putting it with the stamps down so I can use it so this side doesn't get contaminated. But I'll most likely rinse it before I start again. Iwasaki stamps. And then the numbering 1083.5, and then Tama, which is precious, and Agane, which is steel, precious steel. Okay. I'm going to move this to the side so I've got space here for my hand. So you'll quickly see the water already flowing over the edge, and that is because it's already shave ready. I shaved with it. I'll put the link in the video description below of that shave if you're interested. But this is very good steel, and I think you can really push the edge. So the owner of this razor actually asked me, if I can share some thoughts and insights around the steel, how it behaves, what I think about it, and so forth. And the easiest way to describe Tamahagane steel is that, first of all, it's a very pure form of iron that's used to make the steel, and that's because of the traditional process of making iron sand into steel. So I said it's very similar to Swedish steel, and for exactly the same reason. Swedish steel is of very pure form, the iron, and it also tends to be harder than the Sheffields and the Solingen steels once tempered. Now everybody's got a different way of doing the temper and so forth, but fundamentally what I've seen with the Swedish steels are they are hard across the board. Once again, I think it's because of the pure form of iron used in that steel. It's got a very fine grain structure, or I think I have. I'm not a metal guy and I don't look at these things. All I know is I've owned many pieces of steel and I've come to understand some of their characteristics when they get abraded. So when I started talking, I had quite a bit of pressure, and if I say quite a bit of pressure, it's the razor's weight and maybe another 150 to 200 grams of pressure. How do I know that? I put things on a scale, put it down there, do a couple of strokes and get a feel for what I'm doing. So, and then I've now backed off on pressure totally. It's fundamentally the razor's pressure only. So I'm going to work this slurry for as long as I can, and for as long as I can maintain focus. And I'll likely do another polishing session. I'm not going to record it. This is just to show you guys how I do it, how I find my experience. I'd love to hear some comments. If you guys got questions, maybe you guys want to see something else, leave a link, leave a comment. And then I work on many razors and I've got many different projects going, so there's a likelihood that maybe what you want to see or hear about, it's something I can do. So this razor, as I described it, you'll see it's got a little bit of a taper towards the toe, and that's just because how it was honed. The hone wear on the spine's quite even, so I don't know if this thing may be chipped or it's just the way that the previous owner honed it. So in that regard, obviously the blade width becomes narrower towards the toe, and therefore the bevel angle will change. I'll likely go and calculate it after this, and then see if what the numbers are relates to what I feel on the stone and what I felt on the shave. Currently on the toe side, it feels like it requires a bit more polishing than towards the heel, and I've got a sneaky suspicion that's because of the more acute angle. If I come back here, this heel's really silky smooth. I did put on a ear set hoping to filter out some of the noise. I've got construction going on next door.
But this stone is fundamentally like glass. So you can clearly feel the feedback between the stone, the slurry, and the steel.
Lots of yapping. How long are we in? 12 minutes. So I've most likely done, I don't know, about 8 minutes of proper honing. This thing's really, feels like it's got its handbrake on. It just sticks. And I want to keep the pressure as light as possible. This stone does not absorb water at all. Zero, nothing. That's how dense it is. This is 99% pure silica with a quartz binder, the other 1% that keeps everything together. It is incredibly dense. So yeah, just some background about the stone. I'm done. I'm gonna take this off. I'm getting exactly the same feel across the entire edge on the stone. So for me, that tells me that everything is equal. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna rinse the razor clean. I'm gonna rinse the stone clean. There's the Iwasaki. Finished. Finished with the Mohiro. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something in this video. Please leave your questions or comments below so I can answer them for you.